Hey there, welcome back. Now in this lecture we are going to discuss about ModelViewSet. Now before moving forward to that topic, I also need to talk about how to add a create or update or maybe a destroy option here. So we have discussed about this list as well as retrieve. If I jump onto my URL and here you can see I have a get request option only, and if I jump onto my stream part you can see I only have get request. So what I want is I want to add a create option. Let me use create, and I don't need all these arguments. And inside this we need to perform something similar that we did earlier. So if you remember here, we need to serialize everything, then check its validation, save this, and then send a response. So I'm going to do something similar here. This looks fine. Let me try to refresh this one now. You can see now we have a post request option. If I scroll down a bit, I can submit here. So let me try to submit some data here. Let me change this one because this already have a lot more content and it's hard to view. So if I open this none, which is 3. Now here let me copy this one to add a new content. Scroll down a bit, remove this comma. And I don't need to pass ID. I also don't need to pass this watch list. With name, let me add a new service, maybe HBO, about Silicon Valley, so SV, and then hbo.com. Here let me send a post request. You can see we have created a new streaming platform. Get here, we have this. So that's how it's going to work. So now we have an option to send a post request. So if I want to delete also, I can add it. All I have to do is just copy something similar and add it inside my streaming platform here. I hope you got the idea. The logic is going to remain same, but the function name is different now. I think it is destroy. Yep. So I hope you got the idea. That's done. Now let's jump on to our ModelViewSet. So at currently we need to add each item individually. That means each method individually. And once we add that, we directly get option to perform them. So if I see here, we have these option. And if I add delete, I can delete any individual element. So if I visit maybe 3 here, I have access to this. If I add a delete option, I will have here. So this is done after doing all this manually, but using ModelViewSet, we will have better option. So if I jump onto this part, which is ViewSet, and then we have a ModelViewSet. What I'm going to do is just scroll up a bit. Here you will have ViewSet file, open it, and let me search ModelViewSet. So this is the main class, which is ModelViewSet, and you can see the inheritance part. So they have inherited the create, the retrieve, the update, the destroy, as well as the list. That means a ModelViewSet can perform all of them. And as discussed, there are few other like ReadOnlyModelViewSet. That means it is going to retrieve as well as list. So these are the two methods that we currently have. So let us try to work with them. What I'm going to do is I'm going to jump onto this part only, and I'm going to comment this one so later you can have access while accessing the complete code base. And here I'm going to create a new class, and I'm going to call this as stream platform vs only. And inside this I'm going to use my viewset dot ModelViewSet. Once that is done, all I have to do is define my query set as well as serializer class. So we have been doing this for a while now. So let me copy both of them, and we don't need to pass anything. That's it. So we just need to pass these both. This looks fine. So here we have created our complete model which have all the options. Let me try to test this one. So here if I jump onto my link, refresh, I got an error because the name will be serializer underscore class. And if I refresh this again, it's working fine. I'm able to access it. I have options for delete, so I can perform get, put, patch as well as delete. That's all is required for an individual element, and if I jump onto stream, I have option for get as well as post. So you can see using ModelViewSet, I have control of everything. Just 3 lines and I have control of everything. Now the important thing that we need to talk about is the other method that we recently discussed, which was ReadOnlyModelViewSet. So if I just copy this one, and instead of this ModelViewSet, let me use ReadOnlyModelViewSet, jump here, and if I refresh this, you can see now I don't have any post request. I scroll down a bit, there is no post request, and if I access any element 3, you can see I can just access it. There is only get request option. I cannot delete it or I cannot do anything else. That's it. That's how we are going to utilize this ModelViewSet and its other important part, which is going to be router. So if you have a requirement where you need to use these list as well as these post command for multiple objects, then this is going to work very well because router is going to connect them. If I have something maybe 10 router, 5 router, then I can decrease number of URLs very well. I don't have to look up to these 2 URL every time. Also by default the name will be stream platform dash list for the first part, and then stream platform dash detail for the second part. So this is detail and this is going to be list. Now there are a lot of things behind the scene that happen with our view set. So we have base name, we have actions, we have details, suffix, name as well as description for this individual element. You don't need to know about this, but behind the scene these individual elements have lot of things. Otherwise think how they are going to determine everything. So in the previous part you see once we create these methods, they automatically define them here. That is because of actions as well as other important thing. So it's behind the scene and you don't need to know a lot, but I strongly recommend visit this tutorial part and just have a brief read about them. You don't need to dive deep a lot in initial stage, but once you get an idea, maybe after 1 or 2 projects, you will utilize them. That's all for this lecture. I hope you got the idea. The codes are in the comment part now. You can access them later. Thank you for following and I see you guys in the next one.